Make sure you're with us tomorrow night. Bayern Munich, Manchester City, second leg in the Allianz. City 3 up after being outstanding in the first leg, 7 o'clock. BT Sport 1 and Ultimate. Now the Premier League match this weekend is Fulham against Leeds, 11:30 on Saturday from Craven Cottage, and that's on the same channels. 0-0 on the night between Chelsea and Real Madrid, and the European champions still leading from those 2 first leg goals to the Bernabeu. Camavinga nice and calm to find Carvajal. That's a foul by Gallagher. Only just a fraction late, wasn't it? You can't really complain about his desire to get back and try and win it.
Yeah, it was a foul.
It is one of those nights, though, Steve, in the situation they're in where they've got to push the envelope a little bit and take 1 or 2 risks at certain stages. Chelsea. N'Golo Kante winning it back. They need all of his energy and industry in midfield tonight. Kovacic. Fofana. Now James. Gallagher with the cross. Camavinga allowing it to float behind. Bit of a pat on the back there from David Alaba as well.
You see Reece James at the far post, just doesn't gamble. Enzo's trying to get in there as well. You see Enzo Fernandez says to Reece James, get in there, desire, sprint. You can't go all the time, of course, but when there's acres of space like that, take a chance. You mightn't get it, but you also could possibly get one.
Here's Vinicius Junior. Only really Rodrigo in there for the cross. And backed up here by Dani Carvajal. Now Toni Kroos. And he goes towards Benzema, away by Thiago Silva. On back by Alaba. Modric.
Ooh, caught on Kai Havertz, caught Kroos.
Yeah, referee playing on with Real Madrid in possession. Kroos back on his feet. Fofana in strongly on Vinicius Junior. Madrid, though, keep the ball here with Kroos. Alaba. Benzema. Free kick.
There's nothing wrong with that. You want Thiago to be close, you want him to be aggressive. Yeah, he catches him with his knee. But you don't want him to lay off and let him turn.
Camavinga finding Vinicius. Here's Modric. Lovely little passage of play there involving Benzema and Rodrigo. Vinicius Junior, good save, straight at Kepa Arrizabalaga, but the front three there combined superbly.
Yeah, it was brilliant, but someone has to get across and try and close Vinicius Junior down. I think the referee's given offside. Let's have a look at him. Oh, you can't really tell from that angle, but backing off, makes a simple enough save. The goalkeeper. Well, it can't be offside because they've given a free kick in the penalty area.
Reece James with the layoff. Wesley Fofana able to keep the ball in play. Smashed away there by Toni Kroos. Thiago Silva doing well, likewise Fofana, Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea wanting handball, referee signalling the ball hit the chest. Reece James, Kovacic. Gallagher finding Cucurella, and it goes towards Havertz, too high, even for him.
Yeah, not enough quality. That was a poor ball, actually. You can see where the ball landed. They get bodies in the box, Chelsea. That's not a problem. 1, 2, 3. But look where it lands. Just over hit.
Fofana playing it back here towards Kepa. I think the challenge tonight, Steve, for some of the Chelsea midfielders is it's not necessarily natural for them to run into the opposition box in forward positions and join Kai Havertz. Whether it ultimately works tonight remains to be seen, but they are being asked to do things tonight that ordinarily some of them wouldn't be doing. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Thiago Silva. Havertz the target. Havertz wins it. Cucurella crosses. And it's headed over by Gallagher. Offside flag was up anyway. But again, they were able to get deep into the Real Madrid box there, Chelsea.
It was a nice ball in to Cucurella. You see Havertz's touch sends Cucurella offside. Difficult enough for Conor Gallagher.
Given away by Benzema. Quite nice so far for Benzema.
He's been quite sloppy at times, to be honest, giving the ball away a fair bit.
Militao jumping to head away. Rodrigo to Valverde.
Nice play.
Really good ball by Valverde. Rodrigo in behind. Pulled back now to Benzema. Sums up his night, really.
I think so. Difficult shot to take on. I know he's in good form, but there's no way he was going to score from there, from that angle, from that distance. Should have just kept the play going.
Valverde's challenge from Kovacic. Militao's header. Carvajal. Lovely take by Modric. Angle's tight. Kepa still had to make the save. A touch inside the penalty area. It was sublime, though, to set up the shooting chance.
Yeah. Good run by Modric, found by Carvajal. Shot, expect him to save it. Shot on target, though, for Luka Modric.
Militao and Alaba have gone forward. Toni Kroos out to take it. Headed away by Thiago Silva. Rodrigo, good defending by James. It's going to be a foul, Rodrigo and Cucurella. make sure you're with us next Wednesday night. Could be the game of the season in the Premier League. Manchester City against Arsenal, 7 o'clock. And you'll also see Chelsea-Brentford that night as well, 7:15, BT Sport 3. Every Premier League match will be broadcast for you on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Champions League is the concentration this week. 0-0 tonight between Chelsea and Real Madrid. The Blues with a couple of goals still to find. Valverde in on Fernandez. Loose ball picked up by Modric. That's a foul by Cucurella.
Yeah, it's a yellow card.
Yep.
Too quick, Rodrigo. He was off on his bike. It needed to happen. Hunted the players down, and that big touch there, he had to bring him down. Whether Kovacic could have got across, Cucurella was not taking any chances.
Frank Lampard still waiting for his first win since returning as manager. Comes tonight and he gets Chelsea through. It'll add another layer to his legend here at Stamford Bridge. You just saw Carlo Ancelotti there, Steve. He's going to be 64 on Saturday the 10th of June, and that is the day of the Champions League final in Istanbul.
When I'm 64.
Absolutely. If you're looking for a potential omen, might be one of them. Fede Valverde. It's Modric, and now Kroos.
De Carleto de sacar ventaja en Londres.
Come get it. But they will be encouraged. The fans still believe. And I think if they can get one, even if it's with 10 minutes to go, there's a real chance here.
Yeah, it's about pushing it up, but also keeping the back door firmly locked down. I thought Fonfana, who was really poor in the first leg, I thought he'd done an excellent job on Vinicius. Every time Reece James was pushed up high, he got onto him and he stopped him playing, stopped the ball getting to him. Again, it's one of them where I think Frank's going to have a look at this after 10, 15 minutes and then decide. Ultimately, he's going to have to chase the game at some point. You know, it's just when does he do it?
I think that's the key point. I think Frank's deciding when he goes for it because that you want to stay in this game for as long as possible. Rudiger obviously coming on a top class defender. Aliba's coming off. He was just slotting at centre back there alongside. I forgot his name. Militao. But no, I think Frank deciding when he brings more attacking players on, more goals into this team, is going to be a huge moment. As long as they keep, as Joe said, the back door closed. Reece James, that man in your picture there has been integral to anything positive going through this Chelsea team, and he needs to continue.
Credit to Reece James as well tonight, because like we all sat there last week and said he's been given the run around the first time in his career, and how will he respond? His top players done what top players do, and he's responded. He's best player on the pitch in the first half.
And after half an hour, we thought he did his hamstring as well. We thought, right, that's Chelsea's chance. He's the most important player in the second half.
In some ways, it feels silly to say it when they're 2-0 down, and this is Real Madrid at the latter stages of the Champions League where they always come to life, but it feels like this is an opportunity for Chelsea. Like, this isn't brilliant football from Real Madrid.
Bridge, Jake. That's why they're at home. You've got to use that, man. When you're at home, you dream about the second leg being at home. That's one of the best moments. Oh, we've got second leg at home. Yes, they're 2-0 down. We get the next goal here, this place will erupt and they'll be in the ascendancy.
OK, let's see what happens. By the way, elsewhere, there could be a big shock on the cards. 22 points separates Napoli and AC Milan in Serie A. But AC Milan 2-0 up on aggregate now against Napoli. Right, let's get back to the second half with Steve and Darren.
Underway, and we'll see what this next 45 minutes has in store. A lot of positives, as everybody's been saying, for Chelsea in the first half. They've got to somehow get the ball in the back of Thibaut Courtois' net, and then they can build from there. But we do know, Steve, we've got first-hand experience. It is the kind of competition where crazy things happen in crazy situations, and Real Madrid's run to the final last season would illustrate that perfectly.
Yeah, and they come back against Chelsea. Could easily happen the other way round, couldn't it? Chelsea with 3 up, could have gone 4 up with that Marcus Alonso goal, which was disallowed. Madrid came back, found a way, and that's what Chelsea have to do this evening at Stamford Bridge.
So the one change at half-time, Alaba off, replaced by Rudiger. Courtois made that outstanding save right on the stroke of half-time from Cucurella to keep us level at 0-0. Here's Eder Militao dancing away from Kovacic. Benzema, who was quiet, maybe ominously so in the first half. Vinicius Jr.
Yeah, he was fairly quiet as well, wasn't he?
He's been caught there by Fofana.
He just gets the ball caught under his feet, Vinicius, little body swerve. No, I don't think he touched him, does he? He just falls to the ground. He just touches his foot a little bit. But anyway, Daniel Sarto's given the foul. Rudiger's on. Militao's there. Benzema's there.
See what the presence of the former Chelsea centre-back does in this situation now for Real Madrid. First opportunity from the set-piece in the second half for Toni Kroos. Lifted in towards Benzema. It's headed behind in the crowd by Chalobah.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad ball. I thought the goalie could have come out, but he stayed firmly on his line, not interested. There's a lot of height on that, leaving it to his defenders to deal with.
Cucurella's got the job of picking up Rudiger. It's gone short here to Modric. Headed away by Thiago Silva. There's Valverde. Kroos. Fouled by Kovacic. Used to fight for the same shirt, those two.
Yeah, and it was a foul. Slow Tony Kroos, but it was a foul.
It's the 11th meeting tonight between them. Chelsea have won 4, Real Madrid 2, 2 of the games drawn, 3rd season in a row the sides have met in the Champions League. And on the 2 previous occasions, the winners have gone on to lift the trophy. Here's Rodrigo, small defended by Cucurella. Enzo Fernandez now for Chelsea, into Havertz. Reece James. Fernandez just found there was nobody really ahead of him there. He switches it now to Marc Cucurella on the other side, right in front of Frank Lampard, who's been full of encouragement tonight for his Chelsea players. Chalobah. James did well to keep it in. He's got an interesting tactical decision in the second half to make, a personnel one, Steve. At what stage does he put on the likes of Mudryk, Sterling, Felix, Ziyech, Mount, you know, players who, if it is still 0-0, at what stage do they say, right, now we're going to send the players on who can really cause a problem?
To be honest, I think they can do it any time they want. They've got 4 centre midfielders really in that box shape. I think they can easily go 3 and another forwards, whether it's Sterling, whether it's Mudryk. They can do it whenever. They could have started the game like that. They could have done it at half-time. They can do it now. They can do it in 10 minutes.
Camavinga injured, rolling around. Yellow card for James.
Oh, he catches him. I mean, it looks worse when it slows down like that. He does catch him on the foot. And the ankle. Saw one for Camavinga. You can see why Osato's got the yellow card out. I mean, you're amazed that they won't let the physios on though.
Confirmation that he would miss the next match, first leg of the semi-final if they get through. Cards wiped after tonight, but you've got to be careful in this one. A whole host of Chelsea players, there's 6 in the starting lineup facing that possibility tonight. There's Trevor Chalobah. Marc Cucurella. Gallagher. Kovacic. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Kai Havertz has just pulled wide. It's taken away any height in the middle. It's crossed in towards Kante. Header won by Militao. Gallagher! Oh, it's blocked! Kante with a glorious chance, but there was a Real Madrid body in the way. Chelsea close again.
Yeah, Real Madrid switch off. Apart from Militao, who gets his body in the way of the Kante shot. Cross comes in, cleared by Militao, and then here they're all stationary. Conor Gallagher wins it. Falls to Kante, gets his shot away. Hits Militao.
Corner taken by Fernandez. Poor one. Cleared away by Carvajal just when they got a bit of pressure on that Real Madrid goal. There's a chance that's fallen to N'Golo Kante once again. Wonderful block by Militao, who just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Real Madrid to counter now through Valverde. Vinicius Junior. Valverde got in the way. I think the pass was intended for Rodrigo. It's a strange ball, though, wasn't it?
Incredibly strange ball. Benzema ran the wrong way. Strange from the forwards this evening.
This Kai Havertz. Fernandes. Three really good opportunities tonight with this system that Frank Lampard's employed, with the personnel he's got out there that Chelsea have managed to fashion. Chalobah, was he caught there by Militao? Yes, he was. He's on a yellow card as well, Militao.
Yeah, I don't think it was a yellow card as much as Cucurella wants one. Yes, he's been booked.
You can see what Frank Lampard said to the fourth official down there. I don't think he's going to get away with any more, put it this way.
No, but you see here, he's pulling out the way. He's almost fallen over, let's be honest. Not every foul is a yellow card. You see, he's pulling out the way. Yes, it's a foul, no problem. But you can't get caught up in the atmosphere and the occasion. I know Frank is at the minute, and maybe he'll see at the end of the game. It's not a yellow card. But he has to be very, very careful, Militao. The next one will be.
This is a tie that is far from over. We said at the Bernabeu last week that at 2-0 they were still very much in it. The way that Chelsea have gone about it tonight has emphasised that point. They've just got to find a way to get one past Courtois. Reece James with the free kick, comes off the head of Benzema. The set pieces haven't been good enough tonight, have they? Corners or free kicks for Chelsea. James. Fernandes.
Way wide from Fernandes. This is the Kante block. I mean, he gets a really good contact on it, N'Golo Kante. You can't blame him for that. Just instinctive. Just cannons off Militao.
Rudiger clearing his lines. Down went Vinicius Junior.
Yeah, it goes down too easy, Vinicius Junior.
Havertz, Gallagher. Chelsea have to keep the pressure on, have to play at this kind of tempo. Kovacic. Toni Kroos was sliding in there. The referee's brought it back for a foul. I'm not surprised. It was reckless, that, from Toni Kroos.
Yeah, again, he slides in and pulls his legs away. It's a foul, yes it is. You see, he goes in and pulls his legs away.
He's usually so calm in there, though, isn't he, Kroos? Maybe the atmosphere inside the bridge just started to get to 1 or 2 in white.
Absolutely.
Havertz. Kante. Kai Havertz. Shoots off straight at Courtois. You'll put that down as another chance. And he's probably the one player on the pitch who we want those kind of chances to fall to.
He gets it onto his left foot exactly where he wanted it. Was difficult, he gets a little touch, Militao, just to take the pace off the shot.
Here's Wesley Fofana. What you would say, Steve, they've made a mockery of the league form tonight, Chelsea. They had to dig deep and had to find a lot more, and they found it to this point.
Yes, they have, particularly the second half, they've been excellent.
The Chelsea owner, Todd Bowley, who's here tonight. Of course, Champions League participation so important to all of the big clubs in Europe, Chelsea being one of them. This is the only route into the competition next season, but Rodrigo skipped in behind Chalobah. He's got Benzema up with him. He's got Vinicius too. It falls here to Vinicius Junior. It's squared out to Rodrigo. And Real Madrid score to silence Stamford Bridge. And it's one of the young Brazilians, Rodrigo, from close range, who makes it 1-0 on the night, 3-0 on aggregate. Surely no way back for Chelsea now.
Hit with the sucker punch. Chalobah gambles, gets it wrong. You cannot let Rodrigo skip past you. If you are not getting the ball, you are taking him out. Because once he's past you, that's it. Switch of the play, acres of space, and once this happens, you cannot let him go past. Has to take him out. Get it wrong there, but Vinicius, cool as you like, gives it back to him on a plate. One touch in with his left foot. You're right, Madrid silenced the crowd. The counter-attack.
So Rodrigo from close range, his 12th goal of the season, his 4th in the Champions League. He scored 3 times in the group, and he was such a key man in the knockout stages last season. And that might just be the knockout blow here in the quarter-finals for Chelsea.
Yeah, he scored that all-important goal to get Madrid back into the tie from Luka Modric. His wonderful pass, the right-footed volley, and he's got the all-important goal tonight.
It's the signal for Frank Lampard to send out the likes of Sterling and Mudryk to start warming up down below us. He's going to have to turn to some potential scorers off the bench now. You feel Chelsea have to stick at it. Here's Cucurella. Headed away by Camavinga. Kovacic. Conor Gallagher. Shooting chance, Courtois. Straight at him again. That's been the problem for Chelsea tonight, Steve. When they have got a shot away, invariably it's been straight at Courtois.
Straight at the keeper, no power. This was difficult enough, of course it is. It's just not good enough in the right areas at the right time.
Benzema finding Valverde. Back to Benzema. Vinicius Junior. Shows too much of that for Fofana. Kai Havertz. Mark Cucurella. Conor Gallagher with Eder Militao coming across with him. Just a reminder, in the other quarter-final taking place tonight at AC Milan, a 2-up on aggregate now against Napoli. Olivier Giroud scored tonight and won the first leg 1-0 as well, so a team that's flying high in Serie A could be on its way out of the Champions League tonight. We could be set for a Milan derby in the semi-final, which would be an interesting tie. Real Madrid 3-up now on aggregate against Chelsea, and Rudiger on that side defending against Enzo Fernandez.
There's the goal again. Acres of space, lovely ball by Militao. And once this happens, that's danger enough, but you don't do that. It's easy to say now, of course, in hindsight, but unfortunately Chalobah has to take him out. Because invariably that happens for Real Madrid in the Champions League and they score.
He's now been involved, Vinicius Junior, in 21 goals in his last 23 games, either as a scorer or, as he was tonight, a provider.
Well, I think that's all testament to Carlo Ancelotti. He's changed his team around, hasn't he? He's gone 4-3-3. They're playing the better football later on in the season. And as I said, on quiet nights like tonight, for Vinicius Junior and Benzema, who've been off the pace, it was Rodrigo who stood up.
So Felix and Sterling ready to come on now. As it gets desperate for Chelsea, we think Mudryk is going to join them too. So we'll have Modric and Mudryk on the same pitch.
I'll leave that to you.
Before mine in tonight, Steve, I wouldn't bother. He's got to make the changes though. Now he's got to go for broke. He's got to throw people on who he thinks can change the game for him, Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
And what you would say when you look at the tactics, and people were questioning it when we saw the team, and obviously so, they did generate chances that way. It was working for them. They just didn't take them.
Story of their season, their Champions League. Make chances, don't convert.
It's now the Madrid supporters you can hear inside Stamford Bridge. Space now for James. Cross comes Rudiger. Describe that as an unceremonious clearance.
Rosette clearance.
Well, they can make the changes now, Chelsea, all three of them. It's Gallagher, who is going to be one of the players who's going to be replaced when the changes are made. We're going to see Wesley Fofana go off and Enzo Fernandez, so they're going to be the three. Thiago Silva gets it back again from James. Crossed in towards Cucurella, wins his header inside the Madrid box. Gallagher nice and strong. Enzo Fernandez! Down went Courtois. Plenty of power from Enzo Fernandez.
There's a nice hit from on his left foot. Moved a bit.
Kovacic. Thiago Silva. Smashed in by James, straight into the midriff of Thibaut Courtois.
So he falls to Enzo. Just dip a little bit, move slightly. I mean, what you have to remember, he's a bloody good goalkeeper, isn't he, Thibaut Courtois?
He is indeed man of the match in the Champions League final last season when he pretty much single-handedly kept Liverpool at bay.
I mean, when Madrid play well, you know, the goalkeeper doesn't get a lot of credit, of course he doesn't, but he's been excellent, one of the best actually.
Little touch there by Benzema to Rodrigo and then on to Vinicius Junior. Looking to glide through, wonderful balance. Rodrigo then wants to take over. Benzema! It's always a surprise when he gets a chance like that, he doesn't score.
Yeah, right at the goalkeeper, that one. Good play by Rodrigo and Vinicius Junior.
Still the Chelsea substitutes wait. 25 minutes to go. Chalobah. Fernandez. Kante. Cucurella. Reece James out there against Camavinga and defended there by Rudiger.
See, in situations like that, it's hard, isn't it? Somebody has to get across the near post. But the Kantés and the Gallaghers of this world, it doesn't come natural to them at all. So nobody's busting a gut to get in there. It's only Havertz.
James to cross again from that side. Sting was taken off it by Camavinga. Must be frustrated tonight, Frank Lampard, Steve, because it nearly worked, didn't it? The plan nearly came off.
Yeah, you just have to make the most of it, don't you, unfortunately. It's easy to say. But in a knockout situation like this, there's no nearlies. You're in or you're out.
You've got to find a way to take one of those chances, haven't you, at some stage while it's still 0-0. Didn't do it tonight, Chelsea. I suppose there would be a sense of irony, really, if the reason they are eliminated from the Champions League is basically sums up the story of their season in general.
Yeah, it's smacking you right in the face. They just can't score goals.
Nice play involving Modric and then Valverde.
He's been brilliant tonight, Fede Valverde.
Here's Vinicius Junior. Toni Kroos. Starting to get the olays from the Real Madrid supporters inside Stamford Bridge. Valverde's layoff.
Just overhit it, Fede Valverde, but it was a brilliant ball by Tchouameni. Absolutely smashes it into and just can't control it to lay it off.
Lovely take by Joao Felix with a nutmeg on Eder Militao as well. Havertz off to the races. The two over on the other side. Brilliant defending by Camavinga. Never panicked.
Spoiled for choice, wasn't he? Spoiled for choice. Havertz, Sterling could have passed it to anybody. In the end, passed it to Camavinga.
Did so well at the outset, didn't he?
Yeah.
Joao Felix. There's Eduardo Camavinga. Straight to Trevor Chalobah. Sterling. Mason Mount is going to be next for Chelsea, and Dani Ceballos is going to be next for Real Madrid, so both managers sending on a number 19. 16 minutes to go. There's Reece James, Thiago Silva. Fofana losing out, Toni Kroos has it back, here's Luka Modric. Lovely ball to Vinicius Junior, who's in behind Trevor Chalobah. Vinicius Junior for Real Madrid. Well, he got back superbly well, Mudryk to help out. Yeah. Combination of him and Chalobah managed to quell the danger.
Yeah, Mudryk was brilliant. Used his pace defensively this time. Well done.
There's Kai Havertz. Reece James. Mikhailo Mudryk, brilliant. Fantastic play. And shoots over the bar. It wasn't the kind of pass that made it very easy for him right at the start, was it?
No, his take was excellent, actually. Just overhit slightly, but his take and turn inside the pitch was brilliant, sharp. He spoiled it slightly by firing over.
So Dani Ceballos for Toni Kroos is the Real Madrid change.
Yeah, I think he's been brilliant as well tonight for Madrid. Toni, I mean, defensively excellent, but Toni Kroos and Fede Valverde in forward positions have really controlled the play. He's hardly given the ball away, Kroos. Exceptional. Great to see Mason Mount time on the pitch as well.
They're coming on for Kai Havertz. It does make me smile sometimes, Steve, when there's this idea that Real Madrid signed Jude Bellingham and he just goes straight into this midfield, and you see the way that Modric plays and Toni Kroos plays and there are other players in the club, Fede Valverde, etc. It's no foregone conclusion that you walk into this team, even if you're Jude Bellingham.
That's what Tchouameni thought he was doing and Camavinga thought they were doing. Camavinga now plays, but he plays at left back. So yeah, not a foregone conclusion at all. The one thing you would say, if Jude Bellingham does turn up in the Real Madrid shirt, he will learn a hell of a lot, even if he's not playing, just being in and around the players that are here. We're talking about the most successful players around, aren't we, at club level?
Some finishing school, isn't it? If you go and get to learn from the likes of Modric, Toni Kroos. It was a Real Madrid team that was built to be successful and built to last. 3 playing tonight have won 5 Champions Leagues. Carvajal, Modric, Benzema, Toni Kroos has 4 in Madrid. It's Vinicius Junior. You wonder how many he might have by the time he finishes. Runs into Fofana.
That's exactly what he does. Wasn't a foul.
Tchouaméni won it back. Ceballos just beaten to it by Kante. Now Raheem Sterling. AC Milan still with the 2-goal cushion in Naples as well. I can't even begin to imagine what the atmosphere's like in there.
No.
1-0 tonight, 1-0 in the first leg. Olivier Giroud scored tonight.
Well, that is a surprise, isn't it? Not a huge surprise, of course, an Italian team beating another Italian team, but still, Napoli are beating all and sundry all year, and then they failed at almost a final hurdle.
Tchouaméni, Ceballos, Luka Modric, still out there. Fede Valverde. Valverde's gone to play slightly higher now, hasn't he, since they've made the substitutions? He's back on that right-hand side a little bit in the front three.
Yeah, he'll play just in front of Tchouaméni. And Ceballos, who makes a good run.
Leaves it here for Vinicius Junior. Pull back to Fede Valverde, who's charging through!
Brilliant, brilliant,
Rodrigo! And Real Madrid are into the semi-finals of the Champions League yet again. And it's a Brazilian double on the King's Road from Rodrigo. And Carlo Ancelotti is heading to the last four once more.
Yeah, made in South Africa. Fede Valverde, the Uruguayan, brilliant play. And talk about calmness under pressure. Superb goal. Best player in white this evening. The 15. Talk about composure. Lovely run by Ceballos, leaves it this time for Vinny Junior. Puts it to Fede Valverde, but watch this. 1, 2, and then that. Oh, thank you very much. Wrap it up in a bow.
It's a training ground goal in the end, isn't it? When you see Valverde charging like that and then just lay it on a plate for Rodrigo. He might be the junior man of the front three, the Brazilian who scored twice tonight, but he gets better and better every time you see him, and he's still got a lot of great years in front of him, only 22.
Oh, he's a superstar, isn't he?
Absolutely, and you see the development that he's had over the last 12 months or so, and just how important he's now become to Real Madrid. And on a night where Benzema was slightly off it, you'd say Vinicius Junior has been slightly off it. He's the one that stepped up and scored both goals, and they're through to the last four. And they are continuing to try their very best to defend this Champions League trophy once again. Inside the final 10 minutes, and Real Madrid have a 4-0 aggregate lead. They're going to take the opportunity now to make a couple of changes. Rodrigo's night is done. He's going to be replaced by Asensio, and Nacho is coming on for Dani Carvajal.
Yeah, the 2 goal scorers at the weekend away in Cadiz. Marco Asensio and the ever-dependable Nacho coming on to see the game out. Rodrigo off on the far side of the pitch. Dani Carvajal, he's just struggling a little bit. But yeah, there's no surprise that no matter when the starting 11 comes out, Fede Valverde's in it. Whether he plays as a 4 in midfield or whether he plays as a 3, ever dependable. And he's been superb this evening, absolutely superb.
Absolutely outstanding. He was the man whose barnstorming run made the goal in the Champions League final last season as well for Vinicius Junior. He's become a goal scorer this season for Real Madrid, even though the goals have dried up recently. Ceballos lost it there. Felix trying to get the ball out of his feet. Real Madrid still prepared to battle for every ball inside their own penalty area.
Yeah, Eden Militao again.
Israel Felix from a tight angle, and again it's Militao, and then the shot came in from Mudryk. Did you see Militao, even with the game still going on in his own box?
Yeah.
He was gesticulating to his own supporters.
Yeah, gesturing to himself how good he's been. He's been excellent, hasn't he? Let's be honest.
Vinicius Junior taking on Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, thankfully Vinicius Junior doesn't understand English over there in the crowd.
I would think at this stage of the night he'd choose to ignore it. Anyway, as most sensible people would do. Whether it's Manchester City or Bayern Munich, and it certainly looks like Manchester City heading into tomorrow night, what a semi-final it's going to be. One of those two clubs against Real Madrid would be a repeat of last season's semi-final, of course, if Manchester City were to get through. I remember how dramatic that was in the Bernabeu for the second leg. That was a semi-final full of goals, and if it were Bayern Munich, if they can mount the incredible comeback tomorrow night, you'd suspect a similar type of game will unfold. That's given away there by Kepa. Valverde just failing to pick someone out in the middle.
Yeah, poor by Kepa, but redeems himself. Valverde couldn't pick Asensio out.
Chelsea in danger of drawing a blank again. It's the top of the list, the middle of the list, and the bottom of the list, isn't it, for the summer? Get yourself goals from somewhere, get yourself a striker of some repute, sort this team out. Mudryk, away by Militao, has blocked everything back there. Kovacic. James. James has it once more. Here's Kovacic, disappointing 2 legs against his former club, tidied up by Nacho. Good play again by Valverde, gets it back again from Modric. Here's Vinicius Junior, flag stayed down. Wesley Fofana wins it back for Chelsea. I suspect he might have been onside there, Vinicius Junior as well, Steve.
Yeah, tight, but yeah.
Such a valuable piece, isn't he, to this Real Madrid squad, Valverde, because he can play anywhere. We know he can play on the right, can play in central midfield. I think you can plug him in pretty much anywhere, and he'd do well for you.
And also, he's got energy to burn. He runs and he runs and he doesn't stop, and he's quick as well. So when you put him next to Toni Kroos and Luka Modric, and he's an outlet who can steam forward and do it for 90 minutes, and that's a brilliant attribute to have.
Modric to Valverde. Final 5 minutes at Stamford Bridge. Here's Asensio, scored in his last 2 matches for Real Madrid. Vinicius Junior trying to find Valverde. Trevor Chalobah can nick in there and win it back for the Blues. It's a foul by Vinicius Junior. Kovacic. Thiago Silva, João Felix. Here's Mudryk. He showed too much to Nacho, and he's fouled him. It's uncanny, really, Steve, isn't it, the relationship that Real Madrid have with this competition.
Yeah.
You can almost discard anything that's happening in La Liga when it comes to the Champions League, and then you can just kind of base them on that. Here they are again. Vinicius Junior is in, saved by Kepa. Could have been 3.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was offside. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it looked offside. But yeah, they're just addicted to winning things and lifting trophies, but particularly this tournament. It was tight, wasn't it? Very tight anyway. Kepa saved it. They just win trophies. Simple as that. They have to. Their history tells them they have to win trophies. That could be offside as well, but we'll wait and see.
And Mudryk is in behind, and he's got a chance here.
Oh.
There is Chelsea's season on a plate. I mean, the flag's gone up, it wouldn't have counted, he was offside.
Yeah,
but a chance like that, and they just don't hit the target. That's Chelsea all over at the moment.
Yeah, thankfully for MADRID, he was offside. Just at left knee, but still, he doesn't even hit the target. It's way wide, he doesn't even hit the net.
Tough night for Frank Lampard, who's finding it so hard to get a win under his belt as the Chelsea interim manager. And he reflect tonight on chances missed when it was 0-0 on the night. Valverde dispossessed by Mount. Felix. Fofana. Nobody there. Facing up Chelsea, stayed to the harsh reality of a season watching the Champions League, not participating, become staple part of the competition season upon season, haven't they? They've won it a couple of times, very recently too, when you think about it. They're going to watch it next season while they rebuild here.
Yeah, but are they going to rebuild? I don't know what's happening with Chelsea. You've had a calamitous season, changing managers, buying players, almost destroying the academy by buying young players that sit above the academy. Too many players. I mean, how many things can go wrong for them?
It's a booking for Mudryk. It's a bit of a surprise, Steve, that Modric is still out there, that he's going to play 90 minutes tonight.
Yeah. He did come on for a cameo against Cardiff the weekend, so shouldn't necessarily be overly tired. It was a Real Madrid ball, wasn't it? Took an obvious deflection off Mason Mount.
So Felix.
Is the goal scorer.
Yeah, his name's going to be on the back pages tomorrow.
And rightly so. Tap in here, left foot. And then this one, right foot.
Isn't it amazing how many times you see the very best teams in the world make exactly the right decision in the penalty area when it matters?
At the right time, right decisions. Never panic. Composure, right choice of pass, right weight of pass to help your teammate out.
Wrap everything up tomorrow night, see whether Manchester City can defend the 3-0 lead in Munich. Camavinga defending against Sterling. Valverde still involved in the thick of it. Also see if Benfica can make a comeback against Inter Milan. AC Milan and Real Madrid tonight in the Champions League.
I mean, we saw Chelsea play AC Milan here, didn't we? Early on in the competition when Chelsea won easily against them. Yet they're the ones striding through to the semi-final. With Olivier Giroud doing the damage for them, who once played here. I mean, surreal moments when you look back at players.
Chelsea are going to lose 4 successive matches for the first time since November 1993. That's how bad the run is that they're on at the moment when you factor in the recent success. Their next game is 8 days from now against Brentford. And it's back to the drawing board in many ways for them after this experience against Real Madrid. Asensio. Vinicius Junior. a foul on him, and Kovacic by Vinicius. Quick snack for Carlo down there.
Yeah. Back to the airport, back to Madrid.
Lots and lots of empty blue seats all around Stamford Bridge. Chelsea's Champions League dream for another season is over. There's Kante. Nacho there for Real Madrid, and Ceballos, and now Asensio. And there might be time for one last Real Madrid attack. Here's Valverde. Looks like he could start the match and play again with the energy that's flowing through him. Ceballos, and that's straight at Kepa. Full-time whistle. And Real Madrid are into the semi-finals of the Champions League again. A lot of respect between those two down there, Carlo Ancelotti and Frank Lampard. And the star of the show tonight was Real Madrid's number 21, the 22-year-old Brazilian Rodrigo from the Santos club in Brazil that was made famous by the great Pelé. He scored both goals tonight. Chelsea had their chances though. Kante had two of them, one in each half. Cucurella on the stroke of half-time, denied by Courtois. Courtois really good on his return to Stamford Bridge. But Frank Lampard still hasn't won. Chelsea have lost 4 in a row for the first time since 1993. They're out of the Champions League. But the defending champions are through, and it will take a good team to stop them. 2-0 tonight. Real Madrid have beaten Chelsea by 4 goals to 0 on aggregate.
And this painful season continues for Chelsea. Their 4th consecutive defeat, that's their worst in the last 30 years. And as we said ahead of this game, the team that won this tie in 2021 and 2022 went on to win the Champions League. I wonder what this result means then for Real Madrid. We know they're into the semi-finals. Chelsea go out, and as we have said before, this season it's a game of taking chances, not a game of making chances, and all they were doing was making chances tonight.
Yeah, it's a tough time for the club. It's a tough time for that man there, Frank. He's walked into a very tough job. Carlo's Real Madrid done what they do tonight. They got the job done, but from Chelsea's perspective, it's just it's tough. It's a tough watch, Jake, because you know there's been glimpses throughout the season where there's been cohesion and there's been some good play, but overall we're just not scoring enough goals, making simple errors, and the confidence has dropped and it's dropped and it's dropped. And now to go out the Champions League, it's back to the drawing.
Brilliant Real Madrid performance over 2 legs either. Yeah, it was easy for them.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I was quite impressed with Chelsea tonight. Certainly for an hour, I thought they were very, very good. But you just don't know what gears Real Madrid have got, do you? If they had scored Chelsea, would they up their game? Of course, when they get the first goal, the third and the tie, then all of a sudden it's very easy. And you often see that heads drop. Chelsea don't think that they can get back into it, and all of a sudden it's quite easy for the last 20 minutes or so. But overall, I didn't think Chelsea were bad at all tonight, and I think Frank Lampard can take positives. But again, we go back to what we said at the start of the game. You spend all that money, you don't get any strikers in. You look toothless. Goal scoring is a problem, but it's not just a centre forward. It's throughout the team. They don't really score enough goals amongst themselves.
Yeah, they don't score enough goals, that's obvious. That team that started the game had 17 goals between them for the season. Benzema outscored that completely on his own. So it tells you where they're at. Today, first half, they created chances. They had arguably the best chances in the first half. But they just didn't have any people that could put the ball in the back of the net. And that's been an issue. I think recruitment this summer is going to be massive for this football club. As much as people, they're going to want players in, but out. You've got to get players out to make sure that there's the room for people to come in.
It's not just this year, though, is it, Rio? I mean, there was a season, was it a season or two ago? Jorginho was the top goal scorer with about 7 goals, and all of them were penalties. I mean, so we can look at it this season and say, oh, yeah, lack of goals, but it's been a problem for a long time. It is a hard position to play. You know, I don't think since Drogba, Chelsea have got that position right. Costa. Yeah, Costa was decent, but I mean, they've had so many great players in this team, and none of them have scored goals in that position. It's not an easy position to play. but 7 goals, top goal scorer a couple of seasons ago, as I say, and again this season, it's pitiful, really.
I think we spoke to Frank before the game. I'd love to be inside his head now. Like, what's he do now? I mean, obviously he's here to steady the ship to the end of the season, and to give the fans and to appease the fans a little bit until they find a new person to come in.